Hi Capricorn, welcome to your April 2022 astrological forecast. So, the big thing I guess maybe for you is the fact that the planet Pluto, which is in your sign, in your first house, is turning retrograde on the 29th. It's really the only thing that affects your sign. Okay, I mean there's other stuff going on and whatever, but Pluto is still in Capricorn. So, you know, a lot of times whenever you're working on something and you're really making a lot of progress and it's something pretty big or something you've been working on for a very long time. It could be anything. It could be a project, or it could even be yourself or someone else, you know. But anyways, when Pluto turns retrograde in your sign, it slows down your progress. But it gives you the chance to like review and redo even something that maybe you didn't have time to even get to. You just figured, oh, I'll do that later or whatever. Well, later is now, okay? That's all it does is, you know, just slows things down a little bit. Having Pluto in your sign does, in some ways, give you a lot of power, give you a lot of influence, the ability to influence other people or do things in your own life the way you want them done, okay? So when this turns retrograde, sometimes that, you know, it doesn't always work out that way, you know, or the way you wanted them to, or, you know, it doesn't go as smoothly, that's all. Okay, but anyways, for now, the sun is in Aries, okay? And Mercury's in Aries up until the 9th, and there's a new moon in Aries on the 1st. Where you have Aries in your chart is your 4th house of your home, okay? Your home and your personal life, your family. It's the very physical place where you live and the property surrounding it. It's your childhood and your past, but it's more like it's your personal life. But it's like who you live with, though, too. Unless you live by yourself, okay? But so it's family. And you know, it doesn't seem to be too much going on here. I would have to say that, you know, wherever the sun is transiting at that time, that's where your attention is drawn towards. So it's something, you know, with your home that maybe you want to change or something. You know, Venus and Mars will be moving here soon enough, so you could be starting something right now, but finishing it when especially Mars moves into this area. Okay, and Jupiter will be moving here next month. Which will bring a lot of good fortune to this area, okay? So this new moon here, that's in effect for a few days before and after the 1st, brings about a new beginning in your lifestyle or the people you live with. You know, you're changing some kind of family dynamic or roommate, you know, some kind of change that you're making there. Could be anything, you know. But it's for the better. It's something new, something that you've been wanting to do. It could even be just that you bought something for your home that really makes a difference. Something that you needed. It was a necessity. It's not even a luxury. You know, it's something that was broken down and needed fixed. So now maybe you're able to finally, it comes. Maybe you had to order it or something, whatever. But now it's in your home and you're really feeling the effects of it. They're all for the better, right? So there's a full moon on the 16th in Libra in your 10th house. It's 10th house is directly across from your 4th house of Aries. So your 10th house is your most public house. It's your outer persona and how the public views you personally and professionally, but it's more or less like your career, your job, okay? So usually when this happens, something may crop up, like in your, at work, where you have to, you know, take care of it. You could be at home and have to drop whatever you're doing at home. Or just, you know, doing, I don't know, enjoying your own personal time when it's infringed upon by something that's occurring at work. So you have to drop whatever you're doing and rush into work and fix or take care of something that's going on there. So it's not like a really big deal. You know, it's not too much of a big deal. But, you know, just keep that in mind. There could be some kind of problem at work, or with your job, or with a boss, or colleagues, something like that. Okay, so the month does start off with Mars still in Aquarius in your second house where you have Aquarius. It's there up until the 14th, and Venus is still here up until the 4th. Okay, just that brief period of time. You still have Venus in your second house. It is attracting nice things, like Venus-related things. Okay, money, luxury items, jewelry, cologne, perfume, beautiful clothing, art of any kind. You know, could be anything, but you're increasing your valuables, or you're at least buying one thing that you've really wanted. Okay, so it could be for you. It's personal, right? Having Venus here and Saturn is still here, right? Does bring about a really concentrated effort to bring in a new source of income, or make whatever it is that you already have, investments that you already have, work for you. You know, so if you have, if you've invested, let's say like in stock that has just sat there and not really done much over the years, you know, you may consider selling it, maybe not, you know, maybe that's not something that's something you would do, you know, because you just like never know. It could go either way. That's the thing with stocks. You just don't know what's going to happen sometime in the future. But there could be an investment of some kind that you've already made that you can like gamble on, or take a risk on, or something like that, and sell it for profit. This is also the house of hidden talents that start to come to the surface when there are like major planets transiting here, and I would have to say this is pretty major, with Saturn here and Jupiter was just here. So you could really be benefiting in some way from that. This is usually some kind of hobby or an interest of yours that you've always liked, you know, and you have always thought about, you know, pursuing it possibly on the side, you know, as a like a side venture. So you know, this would be the time that you would do something like that, because Mars is the energy that you need to really end the aggression even. To go after something like this, and Saturn is the steady tenacity of pursuing something that could be like kind of hard to do. You know, it could be something that takes a long time to finish. It's very detailed. It's not something that everybody can do. You know, it's something a little bit different or unusual, granted that you have Aquarius on the second house, and that's pretty much what they govern, that sign. Okay, so it could be something a little out there, whatever. So Mars leaves Aquarius and moves into Pisces on the 14th. And Venus is here from the 5th on. Jupiter and Neptune are already in Pisces in your third house of your everyday life, the people you would encounter and the places you would normally go throughout the course of your day. Okay, so having Jupiter here could mean that your neighborhood has expanded in some way, or really nice I don't know, construction or improvements have been made to your neighborhood that makes it a lot nicer or even easier to navigate, you know. You could even like, you know, when Jupiter was in your second house, you know, of Aquarius, maybe you saved money somehow and purchased a vehicle or something, a car or some means of transportation. Okay, now that Jupiter's in your third house, of transportation, you know, you're able to get around a little bit more than you were previously. You know, maybe that's even something you've taken up on the side, is like an Uber driver, you know, some kind of or Lyft or whatever is out there now. So maybe you're doing something like that. But Having Mars here and Venus, though, Venus is really nice here. It makes a very sociable time for like you and your neighbors. Third house is also your siblings and cousins. And it's also like people from your past, like the schoolmates, school chums, people possibly that you grew up with in another neighborhood even. Sometimes you end up running into these people, but it's pleasant times in your immediate area or spent in your own neighborhood. This is like a lot of times when people start to do like garage sales, or the whole block of neighbors get together and have like a garage sale, you know, and they have a special day set aside where, you know, other people from different communities come and just check out everything, each house, going to each house. So it could be something like that, or you're just involved, a little bit more involved in your neighborhood, something that's going on there, or the people in your neighborhood. Okay, having Mars here, this is a big communication and travel house. So you could be, you know, having Jupiter here does sometimes indicate not like one big trip, but a lot of little ones, you know. So maybe you've been traveling around even to nearby areas, okay? Just being gone for short periods of time, like a few days or something, or even overnight. And that continues. In fact, it increases when Mars is here, okay? So the Sun will move into Taurus on the 19th. This is a fellow Earth sign, right? Where you have Taurus in your chart is your 5th house. Mercury moves here on the 10th and is moving very fast through Taurus, moves into Gemini on the 29th, into your 6th house where you have Gemini. But we're going to cover that next month because it's only here for 2 days, 29th and 30th in April, right? So you have Mercury, the Sun, and Uranus in Taurus, and then a new moon, partial solar eclipse on the 30th in Taurus. New moon here. Okay, so this eclipse to the new moon gives this longevity. Okay, just the eclipse energizes the new moon and makes it last a lot longer than it normally would. So the 5th house, I mean, this is the house of fun. This is the house of speculation and gambling, taking chances, creativity even. It's entertainment of any kind. It's sports and games and anything to do with children, like spending more time with your children, or playing childish games, or visiting like an amusement park or someplace where you would normally have taken your child, or even, I don't know, hanging out in the park or something or other. But this is a new beginning in this area. Having the planet Uranus here means that your taste in art, music, anything has probably changed a lot. It's like really esoteric. Some people might think it's kind of weird, you know, the kind of music you listen to. The way you like to dress could be a little bit different, you know. And you may be seeing someone, as far as romance goes, someone younger than you. You could even be having a little bit of an affair, possibly, you know. But there's all kinds of really nice possibilities here. You know, this is the house of fun, okay? And a new beginning starts here on the 30th and extends for a long period of time. So whatever occurs around that time of the month, a few days before and after, okay, seems to, you know, again, last a lot longer. So if you were trying to do something, okay, a creative project, get it launched, get it done, finished, you know, anything like that, or start or end something, you know, that is good. Romance even, you know, if you know, you wanted something more solid or less solid, maybe you usually with Uranus here, Uranus is the big it's like Sagittarius, you know, they don't like being tied down, like the freedom and all this stuff, you know. So it could be something like that, you know. Maybe you decide that that is what you want. You want your freedom. So yeah, that would be the time to do something like that. Bring it out in the open. Get it, like I'm sure it's not like a very big deal between you and whomever you may be involved with, because maybe the reason you got involved with them in the first place is because they didn't want to tie you down, and vice versa. Okay, so the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Capricorn on the 21st and 22nd. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Cancer, and those dates are the 7th, 8th, and 9th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of gambling or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 17th, 18th, and 30th. The best time for money is the 10th, 11th, 12th, 23rd, and 24th. The best time for your career is the 14th, 15th, and 16th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 12th, 13th, 14th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. So I would like to thank my subscribers for your continued support. Thank you so much. If you're new to my channel and you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and like and share it. And check out the links below in the description box. And also check out my weekly forecasts. So I will see you next week. Goodbye.